Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about some news videos, or some news for this video, excuse me. So let's get right into it. A lot of news for the NFL here today. A lot of stuff. I wasn't expecting a lot of NFL shit here today, but I have to. There's some NASCAR stuff I want to talk about, so let's talk about all this stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. So, let's start with Adam Schefter. And now let's start with JP football. Didn't know what I wanted to do right there. So we'll start off with JP football. Dolphins linebacker Bradley Chubb has agreed to a pay cut to remain with the team, according to Schultz report. Taking a pay cut here. Good move. He used to be so underrated with the Broncos, and unfortunately he suffered that injury when he tore his ACL, I believe it was. It was either his Achilles or ACL. So, per Jay Fowler ESPN, the feeling in league circles is that both Milton Williams and Josh Sweat will reach free agency, two Eagles pass rushers. I don't think they're gonna leave, but we'll see. I mean, they're probably gonna lose someone. They might bring one of them back. If I'm bringing one back, I'm probably gonna bring back Josh Sweat if I'm the Philadelphia Eagles. Dolphins defensive lineman Zach Allen is seeking a contract extension that pays him over $25 million per season, per Chris to Mason. I mean, I feel like people will probably look at this and say, "Oh, $25 million per year for him." I don't think people know ball, dude. He could have been like he was honestly one of their best players in their defensive line, and he's a monster. And he could have been first team All Pro. Like, I know people will look at him and be like, he sucks. Who's this? $25 million. But it seems like kind of a casual statement. So, per report, the Rams are still searching for a trade partner for veteran wide receiver Cooper Kupp, according to Les Snead. Cooper Kupp returning to the Rams isn't 100% out of the equation, but it is the least likely scenario. M equals MC squared. We'll see if he still gets traded. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it, maybe a Steelers or the Cowboys, because you can use another receiver if they do trade him, but I'm not sure if they will. We'll just have to we'll see. Per the U Stadium, per the report, the Bills, Packers, and Chargers are teams to watch for DK Metcalf. The Patriots will be interested too, but Metcalf wants to win now. See, he wants to win now, and basically doesn't want to go to the Patriots. We'll see. I mean, I'm kind of surprised I'm kind of surprised he might get traded. We'll see. Per report, several teams around the league are watching the Chargers as potential landing spot for star wide receiver DK Metcalf, per J. Jones 9. Chargers should look to pair DK Metcalf with rising star Ladd McConkey. Yeah, DK to the Chargers just sounds right. They need another receiver to help with Ladd McConkey. He wants to go to a contender. I think the Chargers will be a solid playoff team. Like, they can get better this offseason. And why not just add a second receiver, pair with Ladd McConkey? The Eagles, per Adam Schefter, they are signing star linebacker Zach Bond to a 3-year, $51 million extension. Man, what a find by Howie Roseman in free agency last year. Has a breakout season, and Zach Bond cashes in. Good move there to retain Zach Bond. My Cowboys, per Adam Schefter, they have created another $36.6 million cap space by restructuring Dak Prescott's contract. They've created $56.6 million in cap space with the restructure of both Dak and CD. Oh boy, is Jerry Jones gonna go all in? Yeah, sure. I mean, maybe just for a Micah extension, that's probably it. Finding another wide receiver to complement George Pickens is a, end quote, top priority for the Steelers this offseason, per Faribault, FB. He mentions Christian Kirk as a possibility, who Pittsburgh had an interest in acquiring at the trade deadline last season. Is that really a compliment to George Pickens? Christian Kirk is mid. The Giants brass do not have a high opinion of star linebacker and captain Bobby Okereke. His value to the roster entering the 2025 season. The Giants are very, very good at evaluating the value of a player for their roster, totally. But take that with a grain of salt. It's reported by P. Leonard. The Raiders are giving franchise pass rusher Max Crosby a 3-year, $106 million extension per Adam Schefter. Definitely deserves it. Been their best defensive player for sure. But Michael Parsons could be next, maybe getting that big payday. Max Crosby, 3 years, $106 million. The Patriots have, end quote, kicked the tires on a potential trade for DK Metcalf, according to Doug Kyed and Andrew Callahan. The Patriots will aggressively pursue adding weapons for star QB Drake May. He said he wants to go to a contender. I don't think the Patriots are a contender. The Steelers are determined to sign a quarterback this week, and Justin Fields is first in the pecking order, per Adam Schefter. I mean, this really isn't a surprise to me. It feels like same shit, different day. I mean, I think they're most likely going to bring him back. But yeah, this is a report earlier today. Seahawks superstar wide receiver DK Metcalf has requested a trade. Per Schultz report, there have been kind of some talks. You know, they could maybe trade him, and he's requested the trade. He wants out of Seattle. I feel like the Steelers could try and get him because they want to get a compliment to George Pickens. Oh boy, DK Metcalf and George Pickens on the same team. Oh boy, surely that would go well. The Raiders are signing former Bengals offensive lineman Alex Kappa per Rap Sheet. So he's going over to the Raiders. Yeah, he sucks, dude. He sucked ass for the Bengals. I think last season he was first in sacks allowed, first in pressures, first in hurries. Like, he was literally, statistically, the worst guard last year. So Jerry Jones, per report, and if the Cowboys be aggressive in free agency next week. I don't think aggressive is the right word. I'm not looking at free agency as a place to fill voids. You serious? Dude, he's such a fucking troll. And he's incompetent. He said, I'm not looking at free agency as a place to fill voids. That's a place where you fill voids for your football team, Mr. Jerry. Jerry. It's where you fill voids for your fucking team. Because you're not going to hit on every single draft pick in the NFL draft. Because we have needs. You're not going to get all of them in the NFL draft. Get some of them in free agency. He said the same fucking thing last year. God, I'm done. Jaguars are releasing receiver Christian Kirk. $170 million failure. So underwhelming. And then he tore his fucking ACL. The Raiders, Tyler Lockett. Talk about him first here. The Seahawks are releasing veteran wide receiver Tyler Lockett. He announced on his Instagram. It's one of their best wide receivers, I would say, in history. Then end of an era, man. He was a one-time All-Pro, 8,594 receiving yards in his career, 61 touchdowns, 661 receptions. Such an underrated receiver. Super Bowl champion. Seattle's gonna miss him, man. He's still a good receiver. The Raiders could be a landing spot for him to reunite with his former head coach Pete Carroll, says Adam Schefter. He knew how to use Tyler Lockett effectively, so I could see him going to the Raiders. The Bengals, they also ended up releasing defensive end Sam Hubbard. I thought he retired. The Cowboys have legitimate interest in re-signing running back Rico Dowdle with hopes of pairing him with a running back in the draft, according to John Machata. Yeah, we're going to draft a running back and we'll have that duo. The Raiders plan to release QB Gardner Minshew. The Steelers have an urgency to get a deal done with star pass rusher TJ Watt to keep him with the team past 2025. So extension can be done sooner rather than later with him. The Bears are expected to trade for Chiefs star offensive lineman Joe Thuney per rap sheet. Good pickup there for the Bears. They need an offensive lineman. Exactly what they need to do, because they need to get their offensive line much better. The Chiefs had discussions, and the Bears are involved, and they're expected to trade for him. So that's a good move for the Bears. They need offensive line bad. Man, there's so much NFL today. Jesus. The Chiefs are unlikely to re-sign safety Justin Reed. My Cowboys should go out and get him. Brandon Graham, Eagles linebacker, he retore his triceps in the Super Bowl, and he played through the injury, so he retore it again and is going to play through it. The Saints are releasing veteran running back Jamal Williams. The Dolphins have had contract discussions with Bradley Chubb, but his future remains undetermined. He did take a pay cut, so there's that. The Raiders keep coming up as a team to watch for Steelers running back Najee Harris in free agency. Oh boy. Yeah, sure, that's who you want as your running back. The Patriots called the Eagles about superstar wide receiver A.J. Brown. Source at the NFL Combine told Matthew Berry. Yeah, Howie probably said, fuck you. The Vikings and Sam Darnold have been in talks on a potential short-term contract to keep him in Minnesota. Dude, just let JJ start. Like, there's no point in bringing back Sam Darnold. The Falcons are bracing to lose center Drew Dalman in free agency, and he's easily best center as what considered both a weak free agency and draft class at the position. So, yeah, don't know why they would let him go. The Packers are signing kicker Brandon McManus to a 3-year deal, $15.2 million. The Eagles are making star running back Saquon Barkley the highest paid running back in NFL history with a 2-year, $41 million extension, according to Rap Sheet. Coming off his best career season in Philadelphia. Deserved contract there. The 49ers are willing to listen to trades for, end quote, just about anyone with their current cap situation. Adam Schefter on the Pat McAfee show. The team is willing to take on Brandon Ayuk's contract. The Niners will definitely listen. And this will be just the NFL news video. There's way more news than I thought. So I'll do a NASCAR video after this, I promise. I just didn't think there would be this much NFL. The Seahawks have released defensive tackle Roy Robertson Harris, Rayshawn Jenkins, George Fant, and Draymond Jones per Rap Sheet. The Cowboys obviously created $20 million extra cap space by restructuring the contract of C.D. Lamb. The Jets are releasing wide receiver Devontae Adams, which is per Rap Sheet. Yeah, what a terrible experiment there. The Rams are trading offensive lineman Jonah Jackson to the Bears for a 6th-round draft pick, according to Adam Schefter. There's some offensive line help. My Dallas Cowboys are signing star defensive tackle Osa Odighizuwa to a 4-year, $80 million extension with $52 million guaranteed. Good deal there. Bringing back Osa Odighizuwa. Very good. No-brainer. He's the top. I'd say that's a smart signing because he's one of the more underrated defensive tackles in the league. Let's do some more stuff this offseason. The Patriots will be among the teams interested in star free agent defensive lineman Milton Williams. Need to get some defensive line help there in New England. The Panthers could be one of the more active teams in free agency this offseason, per Jay Fowler ESPN. I mean, maybe they could do something. They need to get some defensive dogs, because their defense was one of the worst last year. Dan Graziano, and if Aaron Rodgers could be the guy to save the Jets, he's the guy you hire if you want to lose your job. The entire Jets building got fired. Seems about right. The Texans plan to allow veteran wide receiver Stephon Diggs to test free agency. And he's coming off that torn ACL, and he kind of has a not great attitude, so we'll see. The Jets have given wide receiver Alan Lazard permission to seek a trade, so appears Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers, and Alan Lazard appear to be on their way out. And he sucks anyways. There were two teams that are picking in the top 10 and have a needed quarterback that left their 15-minute meeting feelings of Shedeur Sanders. Not care too much what they or the organization felt of him. Falcons tight end Kyle Pitts needs to be more consistent in 2025, says head coach Raheem Morrison, GM Terry Fontenot. He'll never be consistent, man. The Eagles plan to release James Bradbury once the new league year begins, so Slay and Bradbury both out of Philly. The Giants Multiple league sources left this week with the Giants thinking they could trade up the number 1 pick to draft Cam Ward. We'll see the Patriots would have interest in Devontae Adams and Cooper Kupp if they were released by their teams. The 49ers have a 1-year prove-it deal on the table for Dre Greenlaw, but he plans to test free agency. Chargers, Panthers, and Steelers are expected to be suitors for Darius Slayton. And Justin Fields will be the starting quarterback in 2025. So, yeah, that's all to say. Peace.